Welcome back, fellow coders. This is lesson 4 of my Learn Swift Quick series. In this lesson, we are going to learn what is a switch statement. Okay? And what does it do? And how do you configure it? Those are the questions that we will be answering in this lesson. Okay? So I'll break it down into a few different definitions. The first definition will be for experienced programmers, be it object-oriented or event-driven languages that are just starting to learn Swift. Okay? And that definition for you all is that a switch statement allows certain blocks of code to be executed depending on the values of that controlled expression. And that controlled expression of the switch statement is then evaluated and compared with the parameters specified in each case. So if a match is found, Swift executes the statements listed within the scope of that case. And you have to also know that the scope of each case cannot be empty. Okay? So, like the body of an if statement, which we learned in the last lesson, each case is separate. Okay? It's a separate branch of code for each execution. And the switch statement determines which branch should be selected. Okay, and that's why they call it, okay, quote unquote, switching on the value that is being considered. Now, for my newbie coders with zero programming experience, a switch statement considers a value and then compares it against several possible matching parameters or patterns. At that point, it just executes an appropriate block of code. And it does that based on the first parameter or pattern that matches successfully. Okay? And the third definition for my remedial coders is that a switch statement basically is like a if statement with less parameters. Okay? So there's your definition. Pick one and let's get on with the lesson. So we'll start, okay, with The last lesson we used the DEFCON. I'm going to use that again. Okay? And the only reason I'm using DEFCON is not because I'm some type of warmonger or anything. It's because it's part of the name of my new app that I'll be releasing on the 4th of July. So that's why I'm using it. Okay? So we'll declare a variable named DEFCON. And let's assign that to the number 3. Then we'll go ahead and start our switch. And we'll say the first case. We'll print DEFCON 1. Case 2. We'll print DEFCON 2. Case 3. Okay. Then we have to close the switch. We will do that. Default. And we will print DEFCON 4.
A lot of people have been direct messaging me, asking me what they should choose for a career, how to make more money, and
Okay, so you see each case here. You see the format that is used for a switch. No errors. Okay. And the reason why the result is 3, because we're saying if the first case, if that variable name is equal to 3, case 1, it says if it's equal to 1, then print DEFCON 1. If it's equal to 2, print DEFCON 2. If it's equal to 3, then print DEFCON 3. And that's what we got. Okay? So I'm going to move this brace up a little. And like I was telling you, if you're watching a tutorial, somebody's supposed to be a programmer that's a professional or instructor, if they don't know the difference between braces, parentheses, in brackets, then you know what? They're probably going to teach you wrong everything else. Let me tell you the difference right off the rip. Okay? I don't want to digress too far, but you need to know this. So, okay, when you are making parameters, all right, if you're doing a function, if you're doing anything for that matter, outside the exception of declaring a constant or a variable, you have to put it in between braces. Boom, boom. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm just going to put equals braces. Okay. Those are braces. They're not brackets. They're not curly brackets. They might be curly brackets in another language, but not in Swift. If you want to double check what I'm telling you, just go to the Apple Pro or the Swift or the developer site, Apple developer site, and you'll see. But those are braces, okay? The next thing you have are parentheses. Okay? And parentheses are used to group parameters. Okay? That's these parentheses. So these are braces and these are parentheses. Now, the last thing we have these are called brackets. And brackets are used for arrays. Okay? So you have braces, parentheses, and brackets in Swift. Okay? If you're watching a tutorial and somebody's, like, oh yeah, I've got 100 years in doing this, and they're calling these brackets, which they do most of the time, then keep it moving, because what else are they teaching you wrong? Okay, so digressing back to the lesson at hand, I showed you the proper format of a switch. Okay, now where you can use a switch instead of the if statement, and it benefits you.
My mentor Joel Salatin told me once. He said,
is when you can put different parameters on one line and allocate it to one block of code.
How there's economic recessions and hardships, which is
follows.
True. There are a lot of economic hardships, and there will be recessions.
So we'll say,
but if you look for
create another switch.
If you look for darkness, you will find a darkness. It's like the cliche goes. Some people only see the glass half empty.
Call it DEFCON.
And some people see a lot of water.
Open braces.
You see a lot of water in life now? Or you see a glass half empty? Because there's problems in the world, but there's lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities. Here at the Mondrian Hotel, I was over there doing a business meeting.
And we'll say
for like an hour. I launched
this
program teaching people. One of the biggest opportunities right now is social media, because you can reach so many people. And people will pay you to do that. They'll pay you to manage your social media.
2.
So I've been doing free training.
And case
for free. What
3.
they learn from me going out, getting small businesses. I say the minimum contract you should charge is $1,000 a month. Don't charge too little, because then you got to get a ton of clients. You can charge all the way to $10,000 a month if you do different things for them. Their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, stuff like that. So,
we
go out, talk to people, every friend, the pizza place that you eat at, wherever you go.
Dangerous.
And another interesting thing, I created, so I got free training. I'll put a link right here if you want to go to the free training. It's a free little seminar you can sign up to. And I also got a
Then
paid
you can
version
close
of
the
it if you really,
switch.
like, it's kind of a little more
Yes.
in-depth than the free one. So I've been having people go
Default.
through both of those. And like I said, like, take this hotel. This is the Mondrian Hotel right here. If you go to their social media, they don't know what they're doing. And they spend, every hotel, every big business, even small businesses,
Open parentheses.
money on marketing. They're spending $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month,
We
$1 million a month. And the
are
world's changed so fast. They used to pay traditional advertising agencies, but those advertising agencies only know how to do old school stuff like TV commercials. You know, people aren't watching TV anymore.
So this is a lot shorter than this, and it's definitely a lot shorter than a bunch of if, else if, else statements. And that's the difference between switch statements and if statements. Okay. So right now it's saying that we are at a dangerous level. DEFCON 3. Okay. So let's change it to 5. We're safe. Let's change it to DEFCON 4.
And it helped me see the glass
still safe.
Always half full, because I've been through hard stuff too. You know, I didn't grow up rich parents. I didn't grow up with parents that, you know, were entrepreneurs or gave me a business or anything like that. I had to go out and learn it.
Go back.
And apply
we'll go to 3.
And make sure I didn't procrastinate. Sound like people having a lot of fun.
Starting to get dangerous now.
South Beach got a lot of. It's a cool place. It's
2.
Perfect weather right now. So. Anyway, go try the free training. Like I said, you don't have anything to lose. Put it above and below. It's a social media marketing. It's the free training.
Dangerous level.
And then if you're really interested, there's some stuff
and
you can do
DEFCON
that
1.
will show you, you know, like a paid version. It's a 4-month program. You can join
Still
that
dangerous
too.
level.
And I've been showing it's amazing.
So that's the difference between if statements and switch statements.
That can't get jobs, making their own job.
Our next lesson tomorrow
and their degree hasn't helped them. Finding a way out.
Will be
part-time income,
4
income. And this isn't get rich
loops.
quick. You ain't gonna become a millionaire, you know.
Okay.
Might, but it's not overnight.
And the lesson after that will be while loops. Okay. That will be lesson 6.
But it is about
and lesson
your freedom and your
7
into the deal and obligations you have. You know,
will be
make more than just
functions.
Most people just tread
and lesson 8
you know, don't tread
will be
get above the
classes.
So like I said, this program is cool. I launched it last year, and I've been opening.
Thank you for watching the series this far.
Through the program and get certified.
And tomorrow we'll get into 4 loops.
I don't know. It depends on when you're watching this.
If you know anybody that wants to try the program, please
so we've been closing it.
show
People
them
thought I was just doing that as a scare tactic, like, oh, it's going to close. No,
video series,
you know, I had another program
and have them subscribe.
for 6 months. So you snooze your
Thanks for watching my video, and we'll see you next time.
The biggest thing is procrastination.